Hey, good morning, folks. Mr. Daldis here. Just wanted to take a minute to go over a lecture with you on Chapter 11, Section 3. So if you got any questions, obviously send me an email as this has been pre-recorded. But let's go ahead and discuss it. So, folks, what we're looking at here is Chapter 11, Section 3, Trade Routes, Kingdoms and Trading States of East Africa. First of all, we are talking about Africa here. So this is the continent of Africa. Just to recap here, this is the Sahara Desert, obviously. When we talked about the Bantu migrations, we're talking about people coming out of this area and they're going to be moving south. All right, they're going to be coming out of this area over here and they're going to be moving south, again, based on desertification, which, as you guys know, means the Sahara here is essentially growing. So wanted to keep that in mind and just kind of recap that. Continent of Africa, we're talking about the Atlantic Ocean over here, Mediterranean Sea up here, but this is the continent of Africa. So today, what should you be able to gather from this lecture? First of all, how did religion influence the development of Axum in Ethiopia? It's very important that you understand that the impact that Christianity, Islam had on some of these areas. We're going to look at the effects of trade on the city-states in East Africa. So not necessarily kingdoms, but very powerful city-states. So, and then what have archaeologists discovered about Great Zimbabwe? Actually, some pretty interesting stuff once we get to that point. So here, folks, you see a map of Africa, and this is of the ancient Africa. So what I really want you to pay attention to here is this key. This will give you all the major kingdoms, trading states, where the cities are located. So just for a matter of reference, Timbuktu is right here. Cairo, which is one of the big cities in Egypt, is over here. Here we have Meroe, and there is Axum. You have Adulis. And just by contrast, talking about our last unit where we discussed Islam, Mecca is right here, just to kind of give you a frame of reference. So when we talk about Mansa Musa coming from the kingdom of Mali, Mali is going to be the orange. Okay, Mali is going to be the orange. All right, so this here is Mali. We'll make it orange so that way it's easier for you guys to see. Okay. We got orange. So right there is the kingdom of Mali. So when Mansa Musa makes his Hajj to Mecca, he's literally going to travel the entire length of Africa from Timbuktu all the way to Mecca. So as he proceeds, that's kind of how far he travels, spending all that gold. So I just wanted to take a minute to show you guys this map. It's important that you guys learn this. All right, let's take a peek. So guys, what you need to understand is religion, no matter what kingdom we're talking about, religion is going to play an important role in the development of Axum and Ethiopia. Okay? Christianity is going to take hold in about the 300s, so it's going to be in Africa for quite some time. And as we told you, Christianity is older than Islam, so Christianity is definitely going to reach Africa first. Okay, about 300 years later, that's where you're going to see Islam start to spread. Okay, so as Islam spreads throughout Africa, Axum's going to kind of be isolated. And as you guys are well aware, when you isolate a kingdom, they will eventually lose power. Okay, so where do the Ethiopians come into play here? Well, as Axum kind of falls to the wayside, eventually Ethiopians are going to start showing up, and they are descendants of the Axumites. Okay, this Christianity, despite the fact that this kingdom is going to be cut off, Ethiopian Christians are going to keep ties with the Holy Land. It's difficult, but not impossible, and they are going to find some success with that. Okay, what the kings of Ethiopia claim is that they are descendants of the Israelites. Okay. The Falasha is one group that claims to be descended from the Israelites, and they practice Judaism, for crying out loud. So this Christianity tie, this tie with Judaism, is going to be pretty strong as we proceed through the history of Axum in particular, and eventually becoming Ethiopia. Okay, as Axum declines, some cities are going to grow along the East African coast. So again, as Axum declines, you're going to have a bunch of these trade cities start to rise in power. Okay, this trade is going to produce a lot of money, and when you have lots of money, it's going to help local rulers build strong states. Okay, and that's all because of trade. All right. Now the protection is going to be provided by these local rulers, and so you're going to have Arab and Persian merchants are going to set up Muslim communities in East Africa. Okay, so local rulers are in charge, not necessarily the folks from the Middle East, but over time, based on the protections being provided to them, you're going to see people start to establish Muslim communities in East Africa. Okay, this international trade, Africa kind of becomes one of the stops on the international trade scene. And so what it's going to do, it's going to bring a bunch of rich and varied mix of cultures to East Africa. All right, so just to recap here, you notice all these red lines. These are all trade routes coming into Africa. Now, Africa, as you guys can see, is located kind of in a nice spot between the Middle East and Europe. So a lot of these cities, okay, a lot of these cities are going to lead to kind of a lot of money being produced for some of these African communities based on trade. This right here is about a guy named Ibn Battuta. There is a video that I'm going to post to the website that you guys are going to be able to read if you so choose, but it's all about Ibn Battuta and his journey to in and around Africa. So his writings are going to kind of serve as the starting point for a lot of people to want to explore Africa. Talking about Mansa Musa, talking about the wealth that is in Africa, just very, very interesting stuff. What you need to know about Ibn Battuta that's pretty crazy is that he starts his travels at the age of 21, makes his Hajj to Mecca. As he gets there, he's going to be kind of excited about traveling. And what's really interesting is he starts at 21 and then he spends 30 years traveling the world. He's going to visit Southwest Asia, West Africa, Southern Russia, India, and China. He's going to gain fame and wealth as he meets these people. They're just going to welcome him in and give him things like money and items that are very valuable. And all he's doing is just traveling. So it's very interesting. He kind of gets lucky during this time of history where he can go and these people welcome him in and his legend starts to grow and he writes about all these different kingdoms. So he ends up turning that into a full-time career. So pretty interesting stuff. All right. This is his journey. Obviously, he's going to kind of start in Mecca. Use that as after his Hajj is the red line here. So he's going to end up traveling. Here's Mecca, just for frame of reference. But these are his travels. So if you look over 30 years, this guy is going to travel all over Africa. He's going to travel up into Russia, like I said, Asia, India. This guy that's one of the best jobs ever. You know, it'd be really interesting to take that journey today and follow his route. It'd be kind of interesting to see. So we're going to talk lastly here about Great Zimbabwe. Great Zimbabwe literally translates to great stone buildings. So if you can understand that Great Zimbabwe means great stone buildings, you're going to understand that that is what you see at the ruins of Great Zimbabwe, are these massive stone buildings. There was a powerful and prosperous empire that existed there before it kind of falls into ruin. And as is the case with a lot of traditions, especially in Africa with oral histories, if the people die out, those stories go away and that history kind of disappears. So little is going to be known about the civilization and how it was developed. What we do know, or what the scholars or experts believe, is that Bantu-speaking people who settled in the region, and they lived there for about 1,600 years roughly. What they bring with them is improved farming skills, iron, and mining methods. They're going to raise cattle and then try to produce enough food to support a growing population. It was also, as we pointed out, part of that trade network that would go across the Atlantic Ocean, even, folks, all the way to China. So this is going to be including China. And part of the evidence of that is they're going to find some porcelain that came from the China area. And so that's what's going to lead them to believe that. They found some remnants of that at these ruins. At the ruins, they're going to find that stuff. So just to kind of recap here a little bit and talk about some items here. Axum, Christianity is the religion. Trade is going to bring the wealth. And you're going to have a very unique language there, as is the case with a lot of African villages, because you're combining Bantu with some local spins on language. Ethiopia, also Christian in its development, and it's going to have a very distinct Ethiopian culture. Swahili, along the coastal city-states, is going to become the new language that develops out of Bantu. You're going to have some strong local rulers. You're going to have this whole culture based around Swahili. And then obviously the city is going to flourish due to influences from the Middle East and Asia. What you need to know about Great Zimbabwe, obviously, trade network is going to bring wealth. You're going to see goods brought across the Indian Ocean, as well as ruins that are going to be famously left as well. So here's just a chance for you to review some of this stuff. This is a reading-based, document-based question. So if you want to take a moment, pause the video, read this document, and then answer, you may go ahead and do that. So I would hit pause for a second, come up with an answer, and then you can continue. The correct answer there, obviously, is B, the spread of Islam across the North Africa. Right here, where your evidence is for that. Question 2, again, another reading. So just go ahead and hit pause and make a guess as to what the answer could be. The answer is C, integrated local customs into church services. Okay, right here. There you go. There's your answer. Which religion was practiced by the Falasha? Christianity, Judaism, Islam, or the religion is unknown. And then according to scholars, which of the following is not true of the people of Great Zimbabwe? Again, we're looking for not true. Obviously, the correct answer to this first one is Judaism. And then the correct answer is this, that we did not talk about, nor did we discuss. Hunting and gathering, the rest of them are all true. Okay, they did in fact build great stone buildings. There were Bantu-speaking people, and they were definitely successful farmers. However, hunting and gathering, not a part of that process. Here's a quick review if you want to. Take a moment and label each of these letters, kingdoms, or geographic features if you like. Go ahead and take a moment. I'll let you do that on your own. And that is it for Chapter 11, Section 3. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Go ahead and make sure that you hit pause, watch it again as much as you need to. If you want to fill in any notes or you missed anything, feel free to do that. If you have any questions, please, as always, let me know. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you later.